Let me begin with recognition of our trustees. We have a number of trustees who are in the room with us today. I want to welcome Bill Ezell, Howard Floor. Howard was very active on this paper. Bruce McClowry. Bruce, welcome. Lenny Mendonca. Thanks, Lenny, for being here from California. Marjorie Meyer from Scholastic, Marjorie, and Francie Alexander is with you as well. And Greg Petersmeyer, and of course Jerry Wiest, who is going to be on the panel. We are also expecting two CED trustees, and I want to say something about them. They're not here yet, but I'm often asked whether CED is really, truly a nonpartisan, bipartisan organization. And there's an assumption, I think, behind that question that bipartisanship doesn't or can't exist here in Washington. Well, I do want to confirm that bipartisanship does exist at CED. And as evidence of that, I want to salute two longtime and active CED trustees. They've also been active on education reform at CED as well as nationally at the state level and the local level. Both of them have served as chairman of their respective political parties, the Democratic National Committee and the Republican National Committee. One was a governor and superintendent of a major American school district. The other was a U.S. senator who also held two cabinet-level posts as Secretary of Labor and as U.S. Trade Representative, and also the chairman of the Scans Commission. So we're very pleased to count as CED trustees and guests today, both Bill Brock and Roy Romer. So bipartisanship is alive and well at CED. I also want to welcome back to CED New York City Schools Chancellor Joel Klein. Joel, welcome. My recollection is that you have joined us on at least two previous occasions, both in New York City, to discuss CED's work on early education and also our work on school finance. So we want to thank you very much for coming to Washington today to be with us. K-12 education is fundamentally about two groups of people, students and teachers. By law, the students have to show up at school at least until a certain age. Teachers, on the other hand, have other options, one of which includes not showing up at all or leaving, finding something else to do, like another profession. CED believes that a strong education system is essential to our current and our future economic health. And that is why we have invested a considerable amount of our trustees' time and CED's resources in education policy. Early childhood education, K-12 measurement and assessment, school finance, international studies, and the importance of foreign languages. And next month, we will release a new report on the impact of the IT revolution on post-secondary education. But today, our focus is on the teaching profession. The report we are releasing this afternoon is called Teacher Compensation and Teacher Quality. Without teachers, high-quality teachers, much of our national investment in education will bear little, if any, fruit. So what does our country, along with the states and school districts, need to do to attract and retain high-quality teachers into the profession? How can we expand the pool of talented individuals? What should the relationship be between teacher pay and teacher performance? How should school districts address teacher shortages? How should we redesign teacher compensation, including often complicated pension systems? Some of these, probably most of these, all of these issues are controversial, and not even all CED trustees are going to agree with what we are recommending. But we have an outstanding panel this afternoon, and I know that there will be some serious engagement on these important issues. Our hope is that this new CED report will be of value in sparking discussions, not only here this afternoon, but for months and years to come all across the country. And to that end, I'm very pleased to report that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has provided a very generous grant to CED to conduct a series of forums on these issues around the country. And I want to thank Lynn Olson. Lynn, are you still here? And, thank you, Lynn Olson from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, actually a longtime personal friend and also someone many of you know has spent a career in education. So Lynn, please convey our thanks to your colleagues at the foundation, and we're very pleased that you could be with us. Now, please enjoy your lunch, and I'll be back in about 20 minutes to begin the program. Thank you. We're going to continue our program now, and feel free to continue with your main course and dessert. Welcome, Greg. Nice to see you. It's my pleasure to introduce CED trustee Steve Palko, who is the co-chair of today's report. And Steve has been a long-time CED trustee, and among CED trustees, he is unique. I think Steve has chaired or co-chaired at least 3 reports on education and our earlier report on healthcare. But what makes Steve unique is I think he's the only trustee who founded and led a large oil company in Texas, XTO Energy Corporation. He served for a number of years on the school board in Fort Worth. He was a member of, and Bill Brock will know this, the SCANS Commission, and has been active with a number of organizations on education reform around the country. And he got so involved in it that he gave up the oil company and got a doctorate in education. And that is one of the things that makes him unique. And I learned today, Steve is now a professor of education at Texas Christian University in Fort Worth, Texas. And I learned in talking with Steve today that he was asked by the university if he would make a contribution to the university. And so he gave a building to Texas Christian University in Fort Worth, which is the Stephen Palko building, where he took classes when he was getting his doctorate in the building named after him, and where he now has an office as an assistant professor at the university. But no favors have been extended because I'm told that Steve is on tenure track, and if he gets tenure, it will happen when he is 70 years old. So, Steve, I want to thank you for your extraordinary contributions and commitment to CED, and also to thank you for your leadership in your state, in your community, and in your country on education issues. And thank you, and we're pleased to have you here to present CED's report. Steve Palko.